Over the course of my life, I've had 7 cats: Kitty, Rover, Popcorn, Bat, Squeak, Dizzy, and Columbia. Each of them was a unique individual. If you could somehow transport each of them into identical bodies, it wouldn't take me very long to figure out which was which based solely on their personalities. And think of that word, personality. Clearly the root word is person. And yet when most say person, they usually restrict its use to humans. Non-humans cannot be people. This has always struck me as rather arrogant. Can being a person truly be limited through biology? And this is not merely a semantic issue. Through much of history, in literature, most prominently religious literature, the notion that humans are somehow above other animal life, indeed exempt from the very designation of animal, despite the science, has pervaded through very large portions of it. The word we use to define not merely who we are, but also what we are, says much about how we think, and it seems that humanity has declared itself superior, exalted above all other life. Of course, this may be limited to English. Goodness knows that in some languages, words don't translate directly. You'll find that the word for car actually means horseless power wagon, or the word for friend translates as person I have not yet decided to kill, or whatever. But still, the notion strikes me as rather self-important. But what does it truly mean to be a person? I submit to you that what truly makes one a person is self-awareness, the ability to knowingly and intentionally interact with others, and to learn. A person is a being with the capability to be a unique individual. Suppose one day we were to invent computers or robots that could learn from experience, identify individuals, and interact with them based on previous experience with each, knowing how to be respectful of each unique personality, and itself becoming an individual, distinct from its other android brethren based on different experiences. Does this not sound like a person? Would we deny these artificial beings the status of people simply because they're not made of meat? Suppose humanity meets extraterrestrials, perhaps equal to or more advanced than humanity. Would we not call them people? Would they respect us if we didn't? And this biology versus identity argument is not limited to the subject of whether non-humans are people. In many ways, it's similar to the sex versus gender argument with regard to trans people, or to the debate over whether abortion is murder, or to the euthanasia argument for those on life support while brain dead. You might call me a hypocrite since I eat meat, and the possibility of cows being people by this definition is potentially an open question, and yet I'm certainly against, for example, killing dolphins when fishing for tuna. Still, I submit to you that it is the capability to be a self-aware individual that makes any being a person, and not what they are made of, and that the human insistence on claiming otherwise is an arrogance that should be corrected. Until next time, fellow space travelers.
Droids don't pull people's arms out of their sockets when their videos aren't rated. Bionic dances are known to do that.